It's me. You know why I'm here. You guys always know why I'm here. It is Saturday. Oh my gosh. Seriously, I'm having a lot of um, this week has been quite chaotic. Quite chaotic. Mm, but I like it. But I like it. We had a lot of wrestling, and we have a lot of wrestling to cover, and I will. Oh, good. That's a lot better. You guys should definitely be able to see me a lot better now. So, well, well, I guess we should get started. Well, Monday Night Raw, first show of the week. The opening segment was Gunther, the new World Heavyweight Champion. He beat. Oh, thanks, my flock. Oh, Sarah. Thanks. For those of you who are just now coming in, if you want to hit that like button, feel free to do so. I've said this a million times already. It's never a requirement, but I would appreciate it, just so you know. But Gunther is the new word. Yeah, I saw your comment. Interesting. But yeah, Gunther beat Damian Priest at SummerSlam for the World Championship. What happened at the pay-per-view was Finn Balor and Damian Priest are both a part of the same group, Judgment Day, but apparently Damian Priest decided, Finn Balor decided that with he was done with Damian Priest in the group, so he decided to quote unquote screw his friend, the supposed friend, out of the title, which obviously that didn't go well with Damian Priest. And also at SummerSlam, we had a match with Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley for the women's world title. Rhea Ripley lost that match after Dirty Dom inadvertently left a steel chair in the ring, allowing Liv Morgan to be able to hit a DDT on the steel chair. Quickly got the steel chair out of the ring, covered her for 1, 2, 3. Liv Morgan retained the title. After the match, Dominic, he started kissing Liv. It was Rhea Ripley definitely looked like she was upset. And then also, but then again, she also seemed like she was like a smug smile, like she almost knew this was gonna happen. He was like, should have seen this coming. But it is what it is. So, yeah, Gunther was out there. His friend Ludwig Kaiser introduced him. Eventually, Randy Orton comes out. I was definitely interested in seeing what Randy Orton's deal was coming out on Raw, since he's primarily been a SmackDown guy. But apparently we're getting Gunther's first title defense as World Heavyweight Champion against Randy Orton at the upcoming Bash in Berlin pay-per-view, or PLE, in Germany. It's going to be, I can't remember when it is, but it's going to be at 1, at least I think at 1, so I might not, that day, whenever it is, it's going to be on a Saturday, and whenever that day is, I might not be going live on that day. I'll let you guys know. which day it is, so you guys can realize, hey, I'm not going to be going live this week on this particular day, so don't expect a live stream from me. And I'll make a note of it to do a community post, on my community tab, just to let you guys know. But yeah, Randy Orton even brought up the infamous botch at the King and Queen of the Ring pay-per-view. Go to hell. Randy Orton also addressed the botch from King and Queen of the Ring when Gunther pinned him to become King of the Ring, but one of Randy Orton's shoulders was up from the mat, meaning that Gunther didn't actually get a clean pinfall here. And so Randy Orton is using this as motivation to get a rematch, saying, hey, you didn't actually pin me at King and Queen of the Ring, so if you're a fighting champion, why don't you just put your newly won title on the line against me? And so Gunther accepted, and that's the match we're getting at Bash at Berlin. That's going to be another great match. I solely suspect Gunther wins, because Gunther is not losing that title for at least until WrestleMania 41. He's going to hold it for at least a few months. Sorry to all the Gunther haters out there in the IWC who just don't like Gunther. I don't know why, but I've heard that there are some people out there. Almost immediately went into the first actual match of the night, which was Sheamus versus Ludwig Kaiser. I don't really know what this match was doing on the show, but this match went about 12 minutes. Oh, shut up. Whoever you are, just shut up. Oh, and as far as that name, I have no idea who that is. Oh, and I have no idea who you're talking about, so. You guys, you trolls, you just keep coming in. You keep coming in, and I'll just keep timing you out and hiding you. It's just, you can make all of the troll accounts you want, but every single troll account you make, it's going to get hidden. It's going to be timed out, and hey, I mean, keep giving me the views. You're giving me views, and that's, I'm sure, obviously what you don't want, but still, you're giving me views. So, haha. We went into Sheamus versus Ludwig Kaiser. Wasn't sure what this match was doing on the show, but it was a good match. Went about 12 minutes, and it is what it is. Yeah, well, hey. It is what it is. We had a backstage segment involving this new trio of women who are, I'm guessing they're the new healed faction on SmackDown as far as women's superstars go. Before it was Damage Control, and now it looks like Damage Control have turned into faces, which I don't know how I feel about that, but it's okay. I think it's okay. Hey, Everbless, you guys. If any of you are just now coming in and you want to hit that like button, feel free to do so. I would really appreciate it, but it's never a requirement. So just so you know. So Sonya Deville, Zoe Stark, and Shayna Baszler, they were backstage. They attacked Dakota Kai, who was supposed to have a one-on-one match against Sonya Deville. Well, so far my weekend has been great. It's been pretty good, so I can't complain. I can't complain about my weekend. So far, it's been really good. My week as a whole has been really good because I recently just got another. You guys will not believe this. I recently, I think it was Thursday. Thursday, I should have brought it with me, but I got myself another WWE pay per view on DVD. Thursday, this past Thursday, me and my dad went out, couple Goodwills. We also went to a Big Lots, the same Big Lots where I got those three WWE pay per views I showed you guys last month: TLC 2011, Fastlane 2021, and Crown Jewel 2022. I got another one, which was WWE WrestleMania Backlash 2021, which was a fairly decent pay per view, except for that god awful zombie lumberjack match between Damian Priest and Miz. The match didn't even really get underway. It was just like the match mainly consisted of all those zombie lumberjacks just trying to get their hands on the Miz and Damian Priest. Damian Priest won the match, but it was just a pointless match that didn't even deserve to be on the show. And and yes, it was mainly due to the fact that the show was being presented by Dave Bautista's movie at that time, Army of the Dead, which was, I haven't seen it yet, but I don't think I'm going to. Whatever, but hey, I got another WWPLE on DVD, and I'm hoping to maybe get a lot more in the near future. I definitely want to get WrestleMania 29 on DVD, and maybe I can't remember which other WrestleManias I'd like to get on DVD that I don't already have. Maybe WrestleMania 24. But hey, it's cool. It's very cool. Yes, Dakota Kai was attacked backstage. Now, apparently, the reason why they did this segment with Sonya Deville, Zoe Stark, Shayna Baszler, and Dakota Kai is because Dakota Kai is actually legit injured, and they had to write her off TV for a while so that she can recuperate from her injuries. I hope she's okay. I hope she gets better, but definitely not what you want to. Definitely not something that you want to wish on somebody, is that they get injured. But I hope she gets better. Also, that night we got Lyra Valkyria versus Shayna Baszler. It was what it was. Lasted about 5 minutes. Wasn't anything special or anything. Actually, yeah, it went about 6 minutes. It wasn't anything special. Lyra actually did win the match, which is surprising. They've been pushing this new group of Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark, and Sonya Deville pretty good as of late. They've been getting a lot of wins recently, and I'm surprised, considering that all three of these women up until this point have been treated as nothing but enhancement talent, because most of 2024 has had Sonya Stark and Shayna Baszler losing a lot of matches. But hey, maybe this is what they need to get over that hump and maybe get on a considerable winning streak. We also got a Damian Priest segment. Obviously, Damian Priest was out there to get revenge, sort of, on the Judgment Day for essentially kicking him out. Finn Balor interrupted. He said a few words. He said that once Damian Priest became champion, he essentially changed. And you could see that he had changed from being the type of guy that would have been more than willing to accept help from Judgment Day to becoming the guy who wants to defend his title and wants to win matches on his own. And that's obviously not the way Judgment Day works. Obviously, Judgment Day, they get involved in each other's matches. Shut the hell up, mister. Whoever you are, just shut up. And now you've been hidden and timed out for a full 24 hours. So, congratulations. Congratulations. You just made the list. You just earned yourself a one-way ticket to Twitter jail, to YouTube jail. Whatever. Then yeah, we would get a match between this. Finn Balor also told Damian Priest that tonight he would be facing JD McDonough. So we got that match. This match lasted about 8-9 minutes. It was pretty decent. I was surprised that they didn't just have Damian Priest squash JD, but they let JD get a good match out of it. They let these guys cook for a good solid few minutes. Damian Priest won the match. Afterwards, though, the new Judgment Day, essentially the old Judgment Day, just with Liv Morgan now as the leader, they went to attack Damian Priest. Damian Priest fought back, but then Liv Morgan came in and she turned the tide once again on Damian Priest. Then Rhea Ripley shows up. She does get her hands on Liv and eventually goes to powerbomber through the announce table, but Dominic gets her out of harm, grabs her and gets her out of harm's way. This storyline is already getting good. It's already good, and I wouldn't be a bit surprised if they announce a mixed tag team match between Rhea and Damian versus Dom and Liv at Bash at Berlin. It just seems like that may be where we're going. And then eventually this does result in a feud with Damian Priest and Finn Balor. It's gonna happen. Maybe we get that match at Bad Blood. I don't know where we're gonna get that match, but I'm thinking the next pay-per-view after Bash at Berlin is going to more than likely be Bad Blood. And then more than likely we're going to be getting Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley Part 2, potentially at Bad Blood, Damian Priest versus Finn Balor at Bad Blood, and obviously I'm thinking we're leading to another match between Drew McIntyre and CM Punk at Bad Blood, potentially in Hell in a Cell, which would make perfect sense because this match has definitely been quote unquote a blood feud with them just wanting to tear each other's heads apart. Add in Seth Rollins, who actually they had a segment tonight. Seth Rollins had a segment tonight. CM Punk interrupted Drew McIntyre, then interrupted them, which then set CM Punk off when Drew showed that he still had the friendship bracelet of CM Punk's. That got CM Punk all riled up. Then out of complete nowhere, we got to Bronson Reed. For almost no reason whatsoever, we got Bronson Reed showing up. He hit 6 tsunamis on Seth Rollins. I'm like, whoa. Okay, number one is Bronson Reed trying to kill Seth Rollins, and 2, what a OMG moment. Like, if you didn't take Bronson Reed seriously before that segment, you're gonna take him seriously now, because who would do that? Who would proceed to hit 6 tsunamis on Seth Rollins? Obviously, after that segment, ended, we eventually got a backstage segment that involved Bronson Reed and Adam Pearce. Adam Pearce was like, "Why did you do that to Seth Rollins?" And he said, and all Bronson had to say was, I did it to make a statement." And that he doesn't disrespect, and he also said that he doesn't disrespect Adam Pearce. He just was there to make a name for himself at the expense of Seth Rollins, who I'm guessing is also dealing with injuries. Maybe that's, I mean, he did only just come back from his surgery. That was only 4 months ago, basically. Ever since WrestleMania ended, basically it was April, May, June, basically 4 months. He came back basically 3 months after his surgery. He might still be injured, and he might have just been working through an injury. I think having him as a special guest referee at SummerSlam may have been the best idea, because it definitely limited the amount of action you would have to actually take. Yes, Roman Reigns is back. I'm excited about that. Can't wait. Can't wait to see what he does. We got, yep. But hey, it is what it is. Seth Rollins, I'm guessing, is now going to be out for a considerable period of time. When he comes back, I don't know, but when he comes back, I'm guessing that's what we're going to be getting as his next feud is Bronson Reed. I'm guessing they're just allowing CM Punk and Drew McIntyre's feud to continue. I know who it is, Ever Boston. I'm not saying his name. Although I know who it is. It's a. Oh, hey, Nate. It's okay, Nate. Do not be sorry for showing up a little bit late. You don't have to be sorry. I know that not everybody can come on to my live streams, and I know not everybody can come on to my live streams at a certain time, and that sometimes they're a little bit later getting on. But it's okay. I appreciate it. I appreciate you coming. And if you want to hit that like button, feel free to do so. Never required, but I would appreciate it. If we can maybe get this up to 10 people, get 10 people in here, that would be amazing. Probably not, but we also got now Sonya Deville was supposed to have a match against Dakota Kai, and that was not going to take place because Zoe Stark, Sonya Deville, and Shayna Baszler decided to attack Dakota backstage earlier on in the show. Yeah, I've already had to take out at least 3. I've already had to take out at least 4 or 5. But it was fun. I sent them to YouTube jail. Oh wow, that's interesting. Hard to believe Carlito debuted in WWE no more than 20 years ago against John Cena, and he won the U.S. title on his very first night. I can't think of a superstar that's done that before. Like, they debuted and almost immediately they were champion. Like, they debut, and then later on in the night they have a match that's for the title, and they win in their debut match, and they win the title in their debut match. I thought that was pretty cool. Oh, yeah, trolls are here. Time to send them to YouTube jail. Yeah, but never fear, because Dakota Kai may not have been able to have a match, but apparently Io Sky was more than willing to take her friend's place, her stablemate's place. This match went about 8 minutes, went about 7 minutes. It was actually a pretty decent match. Io Sky would actually go on to win the match. Also, Kairi Sane got involved in this match because she was out there with Io Sky. Where this feud is leading to, I don't know. It was a decent match. I mean, Lyra Valkyria, Shayna Baszler, Io Sky, Zona Deville, those were decent matches. Sorry, guys, I was just responding to a friend on Messenger. Also, we got A-Town Down Under. We also got A-Town Down Under. They apparently showed up on Monday Night Raw following a segment at SummerSlam in which they got humiliated by both Awesome Truth and Jelly Roll, who decided to hit a pretty decent looking choke slam on Austin Theory. Grayson Waller got out of there pretty quickly. And I'm guessing this is all eventually going to lead. Okay. It's okay. It's okay, my flock. I know you probably had something you needed to do. I got a friend on YouTube who is more than likely going to be live tonight at, I think it's going to be maybe at 8. It's going to be at 8. So I'm not sure how long the live stream is going to be, but I'm hoping that it's not too long because, yes, I am going to be there tonight. I'm just not sure exactly when per se, but I am going to be there. This friend of mine, I will put a link to the most recent live stream of his on YouTube on my community tab in case anybody wants to sort of leave a like and a comment. We got Austin Theory, Nathan Waller. They were in tag team action against Awesome Truth of Miz and R-Truth. What exactly? You own on BBB channel, my channel, hit me. What exactly why exactly did you mean by that, my flock? Just what you wrote just doesn't make any sense. I don't know. But also, we got a New Day versus AOP match. This match lasted about 5 minutes. Was a bit of a squash match, just like the Town Down Under versus Awesome Truth match. That match also lasted about I don't know. I mean, I'm okay with being in the live chat for now. I mean, I'll have to think about it. But yeah, this match lasted about 5 minutes. New Day won the match. Afterwards, though, Karrion Kross and the rest of the Final Testament, they did come in to take out the New Day, but apparently Kofi Kingston had backup. Okay, I mean, I'll let you know, definitely. But apparently Kofi Kingston brought in some backup in the form of the debuting Odyssey Jones, which is really interesting considering it's taken Odyssey Jones, if I'm not mistaken, since... Damn, I have no idea when they called up Odyssey Jones from NXT. It's been a year at least since he got called up. They haven't used him at all, and now they finally debut him alongside the New Day, which actually seems like a very smart choice because his gimmick is basically he's got a positivity like gimmick that's... Oh, shut up, Moxley. We know it's you, so just shut your mouth. I'm glad you're still using that fake account, because that's going to come in quite handy when I show Leanne that you're still using her profile picture. When you're still using her profile, her picture as your profile for YouTube. Yeah. But hey, it was good. It was good. It was what it was. Also, we got the main event, which was the Wyatt Six. They had their debut match against the new team of, I guess, well, this Chad Gable and the Creed brothers, who have now decided to call themselves American Made, which is, it's an okay name. I'll give it time. But yes, this match lasted about 13 minutes. It was a very, very good match. We got Eric Rowan, Joe Gacy, and Dexter Lumis of the Wyatt Six were in this match. So this match was very good. It was 13 minutes. And the Wyatt Six, they obviously won the match. So we'll see what happens with this feud going forward. I'm going to say this right now. This week, Monday Night Raw this week was probably one of the best Monday Night Raws in a long time. Every segment, every match felt somewhat important. Even some of the matches like Lyra Valkyria versus Shayna, Io versus Sonya, some of those matches made sense. New Day versus AOP. It furthered the tension between the New Day, basically. Oh, I'm sure he was more than upset about that. But hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. If I was to rate Monday Night Raw, I would rate it a 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. It was a very good show. It's a really great show. But hey, that's about it. Now on to NXT. NXT this week was the second week of the 2-week event, which was Great American Bash. The Great American Bash. It started last week against... Whoa, Matt, is that you? Is that actually you, Matt? I mean, it shows that you're a mod, so I'm guessing it is. NXT this week, It was night 2 of the Great American Bash. Started last week, which was also a really good show. Ah, yes, my flock. Oh, yeah, Matt. Yeah, beware of Mox. Beware of the trolls, aka Mox. AKA Mox. And just so you know, he's still using the fake account of Leanne. He's still using Leanne's picture for one of his fake accounts, which apparently this is the second time now I've had to time out that fake account and hide it. I don't know why it keeps coming back. But something needs to be done about him, and it needs to be done now, because every single time I go live here, every single time I go live on Saturdays, I at least, yeah, I even took the screenshot last year. Of Danny telling me, ask Danny. He knows everything. Mox told him, which was obviously a stupid move, because then Mox told me, because then Danny told me, yeah, that's fake account Leanne. He's fake account Leanne. I remember telling him about, because I have all those screenshots I posted to Facebook. I've shown you all the screenshots of the fake accounts that Mox has. Yeah, Danny would know. Danny knows. And yes, he is amazing, my flock. But yeah, Danny knows everything. So do I. So does Maroney. I'm sure Leanne knows. He did a one time, Pedlerva. That was sort of a fake account, but he was just playing a joke on everybody. But he was mainly just playing a joke. But if I'm not mistaken, one person didn't exactly take it very well. Oh, that was, yeah. Woo! But hey, let's get back to the show. Great American Bash. Night 2 Great American Bash. We started out with, oh yeah, Matt, just so you know, I don't know if you're still here, but recently I have had at least 2 or 3 fake accounts that I've had to time out and hide that just also happen to be fake accounts with your picture on them. The Matt Choice Keto and Wrestling picture, that's your profile picture for that account, and then the profile picture that you use for MJ Wrestling Shoots. I have at least 2 accounts hidden that have the MJ Wrestling Shoots profile picture, and then one that has your Matt Choice Keto and Wrestling picture used. Yeah, something needs to be done, and it's not going to stop. And these trolls and these fake accounts are not going to stop coming to my channel, because I know who they are. They're all one person, and unless something is done, the trolls are not going to stop coming to my channel. But hey, you guys didn't come here to hear me talk about trolls. But hey, it is what it is. Great American Bash started out with Trick Williams versus Pete Dunne. This match was very good. Went about 13 minutes or so. It was a good match. Pete Dunne surprisingly pinned Trick Williams for the 1-2-3. He won this match. Afterwards, though, we got a backstage segment later on in the match. Pete Dunne was, I guess, being interviewed or so after his match, and Trick Williams decided to just come out of nowhere and just blindside attacked Pete Dunne. Obviously, I'm guessing we're getting a second match out of these guys. Maybe with Trick Williams getting the win this time. But hey, this should be very good. This has been Apparently, Pete Dunne is now involved in 2 feuds because he is involved in a program with Sheamus on the main roster. He tried to get involved. He tried to get involved in the Sheamus Ludwig Kaiser match, but that didn't work out. Oh, hey, Jeremy from Messenger, from Facebook. I have a feeling that's you, but I'm not entirely sure because I know you had an account that I think was hidden earlier. Oh, well, thanks. Thank you for showing up. Thanks for hitting that 5th like. This guy doesn't exactly have like a channel per se where we like upload videos. He just mainly sometimes just comes all over to my live streams, which I like, which I don't mind at all. I appreciate it. Oh, okay, you're on Facebook too. I might have to look you up Hey, and if you want to, my flock, you can always go to my community tab on one of my community tab and oh, Dino Man, is that you? Go to my community tab and maybe just leave the. I mean, you don't even have to, but because I know some. But hey, Dino Man, is that you actually? Because I know I get a lot of fake accounts on my YouTube channel, so I'm just wondering if that is you. If that is you, then I'm actually might be willing to give you a mod because I do know you. And if that is you, that's the guy that I'm going to be on his YouTube channel. No, I trust you enough because I actually believe there is only one Shots of Victory YouTube channel that I do know of, and that's yours. So actually, I do believe that's you. And I am going to add you as a. No, what? I'm just going to add you as a manager mod because I trust you, much like I trust Danny and Danny. Hey, Cameron. Oh, wow, Cameron too. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. I appreciate the love being shown. You guys want to. Oh, be quiet, memorabilia. And that's not even the real. And, okay. And Dino Man, just so you know, that is not Roy. That is not Roy because that is not the same. That is not the profile picture that Roy uses right now for his current memorabilia channel. So, and I'm pretty sure that's not even the name that he actually uses now. So it is. But hey, on to the show, Great American Bash. Let's see, we got MSK. They got interviewed. They were being interviewed. Yes, we got to 10 people. Let's go. Now, if only we can get up to 10 likes, that would be even more awesome. MSK were interviewed before their match in the main event against Axiom and Nathan Frazier for the NXT Tag Team titles. So we got a Charlie Dempsey was backstage. He is still looking to get back his Heritage Cup title. And I'm guessing his hopes for being I agree. I love the fact that he's back and he's already showing that he's just as dominant now as he ever was. I mean, what happened on SmackDown? How many times have you seen that happen? Yeah, I was like, at first I was like, I don't really get it, but she's been really good and she's been winning a lot of matches as of late. I know one of them was mainly because of interference from Charlie Dempsey, so quote unquote. But hey, she's brought the energy, and in the match that Tavion Heights had against Tony D last week, I mean, after he lost that first pinfall, she got up in his face and did probably the biggest, like the best motivational speech, like a coach screaming at his football team after halftime when they're losing. It's like, get out there, come on, you can. Like she fired him up, and he almost and he fired him up, and I think he might wind up being a great addition to the team. Maybe a little. I don't know if I actually noticed that. Yeah, but hey, just so you guys know, me and Dino Man, more than likely, and I'm just gonna and now that you're on here, Dino Man, I'm just gonna let you know that yes, I can go live. I can go live tonight if you can. I can. And so we're gonna be live more than likely for WWE My GM WWE 2K24 My GM mode. So if any of you guys wanna maybe even if it's just for a few minutes, just to pop in and say hi, leave a like, and leave maybe one or two comments in the live chat. I'm sure he would very much appreciate it. He's much like me, he's trying to grow his channel, and I do whatever I can to help. But yeah. We also got a backstage segment with Ridge Holland for Chase U. Ridge Holland apparently was able to secure Chase U of the team of, I guess, Andre Chase and Duke Hudson. Another shot at the tag team titles. This match is going to take place this upcoming Tuesday. The winner of this match, of the main event, was to be... Okay, well, it's okay. I'll be there at 8. Yeah, it'll be at 8, and whenever you decide to go live, I'll be there. But yeah, it should be a good match because of... Also, we got a Javon Evans video package. Javon Evans, he hasn't wrestled about nearly as much since his since AEW since NXT Heat Wave. And so, but tonight we got a video pack. That night on NXT we got a video package involving Javon Evans. He talked about his talked about growing up, watching WWE, wanting to be a WWE superstar. And when he first signed with WWE last year, which was, I think, November of last year, one of his trainers, Javon Evans, one of his trainers is Matt Bloom, a.k.a. Albert, a.k.a. A-Train, a.k.a. Lord Tensai. So I thought that was pretty cool that he's got a WWE veteran in his corner training him. And yes, I'll be there as soon as I'm done with my GM mode on Dino Man's channel, Shots of Victory. But hey, is what it is. We also got a couple of other matches on this card, a couple of other title matches on this card. One was Kelani Jordan. She put her NXT. Okay, well, I'll definitely be there. She defended her NXT North American Women's Championship against Tatum Paxley. This match went about 9 minutes, 30 seconds. Oh, okay, Danny. I'll definitely have to check that out. For sure. I'll check that out for sure. It went about 9 minutes, 30 seconds. Kelani Jordan won the match. I don't know what's going on between... Wendy Chu was there at ringside after the match. She sort of attacked Tatum Paxley, I guess, put her to sleep. And then I'm guessing Wendy Chu is going to be the next challenger for Kalani Jordan. It is what it is. We got Kendall Gray versus Ren Sinclair. This match was a bit of a squash match. Went about 4 minutes. Ren Sinclair won the match. Oh, thanks, Danny. Yeah. The reason why I made you a manager mod on my channel is because I trust you. I trust you to get rid of all the bad seeds, or at the very least to identify what channels are the bad seeds / trolls. And then Nate is the guy that I trust to get rid of the bad seeds / trolls. That's why I made you a manager mod, is because I trust you. One of the few people I trust on YouTube. I've only got maybe like 5 or 6. I just made Dino Man a Shots of Victory and a manager mod. So we got Oro Mensa. He taking on, for the very first time since they started this little feud about 3 months ago, basically immediately following when I can't remember when it was, but it was at least 2 months ago that Oro Mensa started these attacks on Ethan Page, and so finally we're getting at least a one-on-one. Finally, we got a one-on-one match again. Finally, we got a one-on-one match with these two. This was for the NXT title. This match went about This actually was about the longest match on the show. It was about 13 minutes. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Ethan Page, when he debuted, he admitted that he took out Oro Mensa and Noam Dar to, obviously, because he wanted a shot at the NXT title and he was not gonna wait in line for anybody. Like, if anybody's in his way when it comes to an NXT title shot, he was just gonna immediately just run right through them, which is what he did. Obviously, that got Oro Mensa a bit. Now I'm not even sure if they're heels anymore. Like, if the Meta-4 are heels now, because they've basically been, because Oro Mensa has been trying to get a one-on-one match against Ethan Page. He finally got it, and it was a good match. Ethan Page retains the title, obviously. Also on this show, on NXT Great American Bash Night 2, we got a match involving Joe Hendry. This is I'm guessing, the first one-on-one match that Joe Hendry has had in NXT. Only his second match ever in NXT, because he was also a part of that Battle Royale to determine the #1 contender for the NXT title, which Javon Evans won, but technically didn't also, because Ethan Page apparently obviously did not get eliminated during that Battle Royal, but Joe Hendry was the first one eliminated by Frankie Kazarian. I'm guessing that was done as part of a storyline that they had on TNA, which I didn't know about at the time. So, but hey, Joe Hendry had his first one-on-one match at the Great American Bash against another Joe. I have no idea. Who's gonna dethrone Oba Femi, but it should be interesting to see. We got a backstage segment. This week on NXT featuring Tony D'Angelo and Oba Femi. I'm wondering where that's gonna lead to. Maybe that leads to Tony D getting a match against Oba Femi at some point. Yeah, I mean, Joe Hendry is definitely good. He's definitely that type of superstar that got himself over. I mean, is it too early for me to say he's kind of the Zack Ryder of TNA? I mean, Zack Ryder, he got himself over organically, obviously via social media at that time. he was really the first superstar to really use social media to get himself over, and he got himself over, and he was very popular. And I'm just gonna say Joe Hendry is about that same level with that Zack Ryder was in like 2009, 2010 when he just got super popular and everybody was just chanting his name and just wanting him to get a push, which obviously Vince McMahon did not do. Which Vince McMahon just flat out refused because if Vince McMahon can't say that he helped get you over, then you don't get a push. That was basically the Vince McMahon mindset. Like, either I help you get a push, or you don't get a push at all. But it is what it is. But I'm just saying that's just what it reminds me of is it reminds me of Zack Ryder and how he got over almost overnight, and that's exactly sort of what Joe Hendry has done. He had a match on NXT against another Joe Coffey of Gallus. This match went about 9 minutes, and it was actually a pretty decent match. Joe Hendry obviously won the match after failed interference from after Joe Coffey's Gallus boys, Wolfgang and I think Mark Coffey got caught at one point earlier on in the match trying to interfere. That he actually what he did was he pulled an Eddie Guerrero move where he threw a steel chair into Mark Coffey's hands, and then just laid on the announcer table as if he had just been attacked by Mark Coffey. And that led to the referee booting the two Gallus boys out, which obviously was justified. Shouldn't have been involved in the match in the first place. But hey, the main event was MSK versus Axiom and Nathan Frazier. It didn't because initially the ref didn't see the contact, and obviously it didn't happen. Joe Martin didn't hit Joe Hendry. It's just that he had the steel chair in his hand. Joe Hendry made it look like Mark Coffey was either going to hit him with the steel chair or already had. And he was like, I'm not taking any chances. You guys need to get the heck out of here. Which was the right call. Main event, though, was MSK versus Axiom and Nathan Frazier for the NXT Tag Team titles. This match lasted about 10 minutes. It was a very good main event. Almost as good as the main event match they had, MSK, that the Rascals had against Axiom, Nathan Frazier, and Javon Evans a couple weeks ago, which was also a very good match. But MSK, no, actually, I think it was in the main event I don't know. But hey, this match was great. Axiom and Nathan Frazier won the match, but the surprising parts came after the match. Wesley, and I don't know how or why he turned heel on the Rascals. Zachary Wentz and Trey Miguel. He screamed at Zachary saying, "You left me behind." I'm guessing he's just referencing, but then again, if you think about it, it's not even Zachary Wentz's fault that he left Wesley behind. He got fired. He got fired from WWE. It's not that they let his contract expire or anything like that. He was canned. He was fired not to come back. I mean, yeah, I get it. Yeah, he got fired for something he did. But I'm guessing in Wesley's mind, it's as if Zachary Wentz just decided to leave on his own, but he didn't. I can't even remember what it was that happened that forced Zachary Wentz to get fired, but it doesn't really mean anything now. But hey, it was interesting. Can't wait to see where this leads to, but here's what it is. Great American Bash was a great show. If I had to rate it, it would be like a 8 out of 10. Again, another great show this week. It was okay. Now on to AEW Dynamite. Okay. Well, hey, thank you for coming, Dino Man. I really appreciate it. But thank you guys for coming. AEW Dynamite. Now, I'm not gonna lie, AEW Dynamite was not the best show this week. It was not as good of a show as the previous 4 weeks of AEW Dynamite have been nothing but great shows. But this week was not very good. The opener was the only good part of the show. It was MJF versus Kyle Fletcher. Same thing. You're doing the same thing Dynaman's doing, taking a nap. Well, I'll see you tonight, Danny. This match went about 15 minutes. It was a very good match. MJF won the match, obviously. This was an eliminator match. Whereas if Kyle Fletcher won, he was to get a title shot against MJF. Obviously, MJF won. Yeah, I understand. But hey, it was great. Afterwards, MJF continued to attack Kyle Fletcher until Will Ospreay showed up. Obviously, MJF, being the cowardly heel that he is, decided to run away and he wasn't even about to get into a confrontation with Will Ospreay. We actually had a interview segment with Jim Ross. Jim Ross was on the show. He did an interview segment with Swerve Strickland, the AEW World Champion. He talked about his match at All In with Bryan Danielson. Then this was a very good segment, because in this segment, literally, Swerve Strickland did two things. He said that apparently, Swerve Strickland respects Bryan Danielson, but he also made it pretty clear that he's facing a wounded American Dragon. This was a very good interview segment, and I love seeing Jim Ross back on TV. Especially considering how old he is and considering that he has not been in the best health as of late. We also got a couple more matches that just weren't really needed on the show. We got Katsuyori Shibata versus Brian Keith. This match went about 5 minutes. Wasn't even that interesting, to say the least. We also got Mariah May versus Viva Van, whoever she is. This also was about 5-6 minutes. Didn't last very long. After the match, though, we got Mariah May apparently received a gift, which was a picture of her and Toni Storm. On the back of it, it said, "Die, Mariah, die." And then Toni Storm shows up out of nowhere, goes to attack Mariah May, wants to attack Mariah May with a shoe, the same way that Mariah May attacked Toni Storm when she turned on her. But as what's happened the last couple of times, security was there to make sure they didn't tear each other's heads off, catfight style. But I am more than interested in this match. We also got Orange Cassidy, apparently. He was supposed to have a match against Roderick Strong, Beast Mortis, and Roosh with his tag team partners that he's been tag teaming with recently, that being Kyle O'Reilly and Mark Briscoe, but apparently some travel problems did not allow Kyle O'Reilly and Mark Briscoe to be on the show. That led to Orange Cassidy asking FTR to be his tag team partners tonight. And that's what we got. Orange Cassidy and FTR versus Roderick Strong. Beast, Mortis, and Roosh, obviously the babyfaces, won this match. There wasn't even anything special. Okay, everybody, I'll see you next week. Okay. Yes, let's go Roman Reigns. I'm excited about that. I'm excited about him coming back. We also got a squash match, 2-on-1 handicap match. Mercedes Moné and Camille were in a 2-on-1 handicap squash match that lasted no more than 3 minutes. I can't even remember who was in the match. That's how pointless it was. It did do something though. It did give Camille a chance to show us what she's capable of. But hey. The main event of the show was a anything goes match with Bryan Danielson and Jeff Jarrett. I know some people will say that this match was a bit of a letdown from previous main events. Like, why is Jeff Jarrett in the main event? I mean, Jeff Jarrett in this match definitely showed that he still has it, and he is still a great wrestler, no matter what people want to say about his age. This match went about 20 minutes or so. It was very, very good. It was really the only... Besides that, it was the main event and the opener matches were the only two things that really made even the least bit of sense on the show and were even the least bit interesting. But then also the Jim Ross interview was also good. The only other thing on this show that was good, but turned into something terrible, was that we had a Jack Perry promo segment. It was like a video package for Jack Perry that was interrupted by a Taco Bell commercial. That was weird. Like, okay, that was weird. But hey, AEW Dynamite just wasn't as good of a show this week. If I had to rate it, I'd rate it a 5.5 out of 10. It was okay. The main event and opener matches were good. Everything else was just meh. And then SmackDown. SmackDown was pretty good. The opener, we saw Cody Rhodes address SummerSlam, the return of Roman Reigns. Solo Sikoa came out and basically he demanded a rematch for the title, for Cody's title. Cody Rhodes made it pretty clear that you lost at SummerSlam, so basically, in my eyes, you don't get a rematch. Get to the back of the line where you belong. So, after that, he looked like the Bloodline were about to get some much needed revenge on Cody Rhodes, but Kevin Owens came in with a couple steel chairs, obviously the equalizer. That sort of led to... Then after the Bloodline scurried off, Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes had some words. Cody Rhodes, before being interrupted by the Bloodline, was about to name who he wanted to defend his championship against at Bash at Berlin. He said that he wanted to face off against Kevin Owens for the title. Kevin Owens made reference to his win-loss record recently, which isn't very good when it comes to most of those losses coming at the expense of the Bloodline. So it is what it is. But we also got a backstage segment involving these two and Nick Aldis. And this match has been made official. I'm excited to see it, and it is what it is. Hey, thanks, Austin. Thanks, Austin, for leaving the like. We also got a bunch of matches tonight that had title implications, potentially. We got Jade Cargill versus Alba Fire. This match lasted no more than 3 minutes. It was a squash match. Jade Cargill wins. And what's that, Austin? And after the match, we got Aladon, Alba Fire, and Blair Davenport. They all ran in to attack Jade and Bianca, but then who would show up but Naomi, who has had her own problems with Blair as of late. So they sort of muted the numbers advantage for this for the team, for the heels. I'm guessing we could be getting a 6-woman tag team match at some point with these two. Oh wow, okay, that's pretty cool. Oh hey, Austin, if you want to, you can show up to Dinoman's live stream later tonight, which is going to be me and Dinoman are doing My GM Mode again. We're going to continue with My GM Mode, so if you want, you can come over there. We also on the show, we got Santos Escobar versus Andrade. We got a LA Knight segment. He is the new United States champion. I'm more than happy for him. I think it's well overdue. And we got a backstage segment with him, Santos Escobar would interrupt. They would go back and forth. This event, immediately after this, we got Santos Escobar versus Andrade. The winner of this match faces off against LA Knight. Yeah, I do sometimes. Not all the time, but I do watch it every now and then. This match went about 10 minutes, and it was a very good match. But, as expected, as I expected to happen, Carmelo Hayes gets involved in the match. At one point, I think Andrade was going for like double knees in the corner. Santos Escobar got out of arm's way by way of Carmelo Hayes pulling him out of the way. This eventually led to Santos Escobar getting a sneaky pin with a leverage for the win. Carmelo Hayes is clearly not done with Andrade, and I liked that they decided to use this match as sort of a way to give Santos Escobar a shot at the title that he was actually supposed to get a long time ago against Ray, and just never got around against Austin Theory, and he was just never able to get that one-on-one US title shot because Ray stepped in and got the match and won the match and the title. But it is what it is. We also got 2 tag team matches, both of which were #1 contenders matches for the new tag team champions on SmackDown, which is the Bloodlines, Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu. We got Street Profits versus A-Town Down Under. This match went about 7 minutes or so. Street Profits win in what was a predictable match, but it was still fun, I guess. Then we also got DIY versus Pretty Deadly. This match was okay. Wasn't as good as Street Profits versus A-Town Down Under, but it was also about 7 minutes. It is what it is. DIY won, so I guess we're getting that next week. It was okay. It wasn't great like Monday Night Raw was, but it wasn't really bad either. Tiffany Stratton was backstage. She was getting ready for Nia Jax's celebration, for Nia Jax celebration, which will be next week. Yeah, I might not watch it, but from what I've seen, it looks like it might actually be a very good show. But I probably won't be able to watch it, so I'll just have to watch the highlights from on their YouTube channel. We also got a video package for Giovanni Vinci. Apparently Giovanni Vinci is resurfaced. much like Odyssey Jones did. He's resurfaced, and he's now going to be on SmackDown. So, I don't know. That's going to be interesting. And obviously, the main event was Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. This was like, obviously, we know what this is. Roman Reigns is now a babyface. Solo Sikoa, he laid out the Bloodline 2.0. That's how the show ended. It is what it is. If I had to rate an SmackDown this week, it wasn't as good as Monday Night Raw or NXT, but it was just slightly better than AEW Dynamite. So I'd give it a 6 out of 10. But hey, it is what it is. That's going to be it for me this week, guys. I appreciate the likes. Appreciate everybody that did come by. And I'll see you guys next week, most likely. Oh, and I will be having a video premiere on this channel on Sunday. So look out for that. I got a video premiere happening on Sunday, tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that. And until next time, I will see you guys later, and peace.